It's the home of the Celtics here in Boston as 2K Sports brings you today's action live. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. For the Denver Nuggets, they come in off that loss. And Jokic slams it in.
Yeah, he's not exactly a highlight reel dunker, but you love to see Jokic throw it down.
Stan, you know, you think about the release point on Jokic's outside shot. It is tough to get to.
Yeah, Kevin, it certainly is. And the problem is if you start to come out in your stance to try to get to that shot, Jokic will just pull the ball down and beat you on the drive. Well, with his mechanics and size, when Towns spots up, it's tough to disrupt his shot.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Now here's White. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Nice ball movement by Boston. Hands it from downtown.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Pass to Jokic. And Derek White picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Harris outside. Jokic inside. And he banks in the layup. Jokic has got his second bucket of the night.
Great look for Jokic. Listen, we know he can hit the outside shot, but going to Nikola inside is a winning play.
Pass to Towns. And Towns throws it down.
I tell you what, he is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the basket.
Harris looking it over. Jokic inside. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Yeah, I feel like Jokic doesn't even need to see the basket when he gets that close.
Out to White. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Pass to Towns. And then jammed down as he goes right over Jokic.
What a powerful dunk by Towns. Showing the rim no mercy.
Inside, Towns with the steal. Tatum, that's for 2. Good, and as this goes to Towns.
Well, look, Towns is not just a scorer. He's a willing and capable playmaker as well.
Jokic. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Jokic has got 8 points.
Well, I know we don't want to jinx it, but he's still perfect from the field in this quarter.
Pass to White. 6 on the shot clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Back to Tatum. It's stolen by Watson. Now Brown. Down low. Broke loose. It's stolen by White. Left side, Towns. Pass to Walsh. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Nuggets trailed by 3. And now Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. He told me there's no real way to stop Nikola Jokic. He can score on anyone, and when you try to double him, he dissects you with his passing, which is arguably his most dangerous trait. Coach continued, you can pick your poison with Joker, but either way, you are getting poisoned. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Now, here's Jokic. He's got 10. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, great read by Tatum there. Recognizing the overcommitment and making the defense pay.
17 seconds left to play in the first. Pass to Mutombo. And it's Dikembe with the jam.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Just 4 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Springer. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close.
14. Denver. 12.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
The drive-by ball. Mutombo in the high post. Over to the left wing. Stan, you and, well, your whole family, masters of defensive coaching. So with that in mind, what makes a great defender?
Wow, that is a great question, Kevin, and a complicated one in a lot of ways. Number one, length and athletic ability really help. The guys who can move their feet and have great length can cover up a lot of mistakes. But then there's the fundamentals and your ability to move your feet and great focus and determination.
Oh, and Easton, that's good.
And knocking down shots in the mid-range area really forces teams to have to adjust their defense.
Well, look, he's got the length to get that shot off regardless of how the defense plays.
First team foul.
Here's Gordon. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Mutombo. Rebounded by the Celtics. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home. And stolen by Harris. Stolen away. Hollins. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the box.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Pass to Hauser. Six to shoot. Three-pointer. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Hauser's got the lead up to 7 now for the Celtics.
Hey, if you leave a great shooter open, you deserve to get back.
Here's Mutombo. Lays it up and banks it in. Mutombo's got 6.
And this team encourages Mutombo to take those shots, knowing how efficient he can be inside.
And, Coach, one thing that David Adelman stressed was getting this Nuggets team in much better shape.
Yeah, it seems like they wore down in the playoffs last season. So improved conditioning and more depth potentially could help them hold up better down the stretch.
Here's Polonese. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Here's the drive, and he slams it one-handed.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely. Here's Polonese. Denver getting their last shot to go. A kick out to O'Neal. Good on the three-point shot. O'Neal's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high-percentage looks.
Celtics leading by 8. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Well, Cameron Johnson stays even. He said, I just try to come in and do my job every game, no matter what that looks like. And as somebody who shoots a lot of threes, some days can be better than others. So you just ride the waves while you can and focus on that next play. The next shot and the results, they'll be the results. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Allie. The Nuggets trail by 8. Here's Gillespie. Scoreless thus far. Here's Mutombo. And it's Dikembe with the jam.
And how much do you love to see a guy with the skill and the nerve to pull off that reverse?
Well, you know, Greg, if it was any other player, it might be surprising. But he is just so good. Out left of the wing.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
Here's Polonese. Here's Springer. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Boston, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll get you back to the action after this break. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Now here's White. Stolen by Brown. Outside Gordon. Pass to Jokic. Shoots the 3. Jay Crowder with the rebound.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Here's Walsh. Shot clock at 5. The Celtics working the ball around now. Towns, no luck. The Nuggets trail by 6. The offensive skill set for Karl Anthony Towns, Greg is a 7-footer, is very special, to say the least.
The outstanding shooting, the post play, and he's worked on his defense. He may never be elite at that end, but he ignites in offense.
Now, Jokic, after the missed 3 from Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Jokic missing.
Well, there's some lockdown defense by Towns. He has the length to smother you.
Watson for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Watson's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Denver. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Pass to Walsh. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Nuggets trailed by 3. Now Jokic. Throw it down, Nikola Jokic.
And he just makes it look so easy at times. Once Jokic gets going, there's almost no chance of slowing it down.
Towns wide open. Oh, good on the 3.
Well, this is not what they envisioned coming out of the break. Missing their first 3 shots.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Here's Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
I like that. Towns attacking the rim with intent.
Here's Harris. Count it. Good. Harris has got his first basket.
Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's White. Still yet to score. And Towns throws it down. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Here's Harris. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with them. The Celtics with the lead. 1:32 left in the third. Here's Springer. Drops in the layup for two.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Going inside. Here's Mutombo. It falls for the sixth time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime because both teams are getting after it.
Yeah, and you can feel the pace picking up in this second half. Both teams have dialed up the intensity.
Shot by Johnson, no good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Ball up top. Still without a basket. Pass to Shireman. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Queta. Rebounded by Hardaway. So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. The Nuggets trail. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. To the middle. Here's Mutombo. It's good again, and the next one 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Pass to Queta. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Gillespie. Here's Mutombo. And we just finished the third quarter, and we got a tight ball game here. Nuggets ahead. They're up by 1. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately.
Put your hands together for Celtics in 15 minutes.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. He said to his players, quote, "A number of things haven't gone our way. That's okay. We're still in this. Let's take care of the ball, string together some buckets, and let's let the chips fall where they may."
All right, Allie, thank you. Now here's Towns. Off target from outside. Rebound, Boston. Here's Tatum. Pass to Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Well, Towns is sort of a rhythm scorer. He's been in a groove tonight, and his team recognizes that. They keep calling his number.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And you assemble an all-swagger team. Jamal Murray is on that roster.
Well, you're right, Kevin. And look, where players really gain their confidence, their swagger, if you will, in this league is when you play your best on the biggest stages in the playoffs. Jamal Murray has certainly done that. He has earned his swagger.
And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Now, here's Mutombo. Shoots over Towns. The Nuggets with another miss. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now.
You love how Tatum gets others involved. He doesn't want to do it all by himself out there.
And so David Adelman calls the timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. The Nuggets trailed by 3. And here is Harris. Pass to Jokic. Now Watson. 4 on the shot clock. Takes it up. Now Brown. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Here is Gordon. Puts up the 3. Knocks down the 3.
Well, he's not an elite three-point shooter, but Gordon makes just enough threes to be a threat from out there.
Saves him with the putback.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
There's Jokic on the drive. Nice use of the glass on the finish.
Such a cool customer. Jokic with some big points.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Towns. Oh, and he cannot get the layup.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Jokic. Oh, the slam dunk.
Well, when you need a bucket, run the offense through Jokic.
1:44 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Fight goes in. Now down. And the call up against Jokic. That's his 3rd foul of the game. A 2-point game.
Well, he's never fazed by those big moments. Tatum with a big hoop right there.
Nikola Jokic. Jokic lets it fly from outside.
Well, we talk about ice in his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
Tatum outside. Right, looking around. 5 on the clock. From outside, Jokic pulls it down.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That's his 3rd foul of the game. 3-point lead. Watson the screen. He finishes with a one-handed dunk.
Sometimes you just have to admire the greatness of Jokic. No doubt when it matters most.
Now here's White. Crowder the screen. Here's Tatum. Shot clock at 6. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Here's Denver now. They're on a 12-4 run. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
At the line for the Nuggets.
And no good on the technicals, so unable to pick that one up. Harris with it. So we see Denver get the win here. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance,